And now, it's time for Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. For the next 2 hours, join Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, Corey Sandin, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup, and Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, and Corey Sandin.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray with Rock Cod Rick Maxa. We're in the world headquarters of Let's Talk Hookup, right next to the San Diego landings in Point Loma on a beautiful Southern California Sunday. We have a great guest for you from the Shogun. Captain Renee Monteagudo is coming in. So you stay tuned. This is Southern California's sport fishing voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Introducing new Power Pro Max 8 microfilament braided fishing line. It's built for offshore anglers seeking smooth casting and control. Power Pro Max 8 features an 8-carrier Spectra HT construction that cuts through current with ease for precise vertical jigging with a 25% thinner diameter. Available in white and metered 4-color for trolling spread control and precise jigging depths. It's stronger, smoother, and thinner. Power Pro Max 8 is now available at your tackle retailer.
Power your boat with Norsk Lithium, the ultimate choice for marine adventures. Our batteries deliver unmatched starting, trolling, and electronics power, packed with cutting-edge technology like Deep Sleep to eliminate phantom draw. Built with rugged BCI-compliant cases, they're designed to handle the toughest conditions on the water. Stay in control with the Norsk Guardian app. Monitor performance, track battery health, and unlock advanced features right from your phone. Charge with confidence using Evotech onboard and DC-to-DC chargers for fast, efficient, and hassle-free power management. Designed for maximum compatibility, these chargers keep your entire system running at peak performance, so you're always ready for the next trip. With a 10-plus 2-year non-prorated warranty, you can trust your batteries to perform for years to come. Our industry-leading warranty ensures you get the most out of your investment. With dedicated customer support if you ever need it. Upgrade your marine power today. Set up your custom system at NorskLithium.com or visit Trolling Motor Doctor in Lakewood. Norsk Lithium. No matter where the adventure takes you, we've got you powered.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup, man. It's going to be a fun morning with Captain Renee, the Shogun, en route right now. I'll be here just in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Stoked to have Captain Renee in here this morning talking Shogun, and it'll be a fun show.
Yeah, a little chilly this morning.
Ooh, dude, you're not lying.
43 at my house this morning. I can't imagine what it was like in Rickyville.
I didn't look, but it was cold.
It was cold. Yeah. Well, it's Santa Ana conditions, crystal clear
so
air,
nice.
And just beautiful.
Yeah, waking up to days like this when it rained a little bit yesterday, everything's nice and clean, and then that just blows out
clear.
and crisp. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
And man, that fishing was so good again yesterday. I was so bummed I didn't look at my phone in time. Brian from Fisherman's Landing shot me a text just as he sent it to me before we went off the air, but it was so close I just didn't see it. But yesterday morning, so the show ends at 9, at like 8:50 something, he shot me a text and said, hey man, just so you know, because we'd been talking about that crazy good bonita fishing that had happened yesterday. At that time, before 9 o'clock in the morning, the Dolphin had 200 plus on board already. So,
and they just left the dock. I watched them leave the dock at 6:30 this morning. So put the number on that, right?
So cool, man.
It can't be far away. It's got to be very close.
Yeah, I mean, from what I hear, it's, Mark's report kind of hit it best. He said it's between 2 and 10 miles up, between 2 and 10 miles off the beach from below the border to above Orange County. You know what I mean? And that whole stretch, you'll find little bands and pockets, and I just think you get yourself offshore, get yourself a pair of those TSX, binos from Baker.
TSX 1440s, yeah.
the ones you were talking about with the deal.
$175 off until January 11th, so you don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you better get on it.
Yeah, get a pair of those, get yourselves a couple miles off the beach, and just, maybe put out a feather or a Paula and start glassing around, see a couple of birds dipping and diving. You're probably going to get a jig strike, and away you go, off to having a blast.
Yeah, for sure. So are you looking for birds? Are you looking for breezers? What are you looking for?
I think all the above. I think you just get yourself out a couple miles off the beach and keep your eyeballs open, and let the conditions tell the tale. Like, start looking at a troll at a speed where you can still look pretty well and cover a little bit of ground, and just let the conditions point you in the direction that you need to.
Yeah, for sure.
Follow the birds around, look for water, look for fish, look for all that.
Water
Sounds like there's a lot of it around.
A lot of it around, and which is a great sign. I mean, just the health of the ocean right now is just really great. Now, what about? Okay, do you think that bluefin's still sitting on the Cortez Bank?
I would bet so.
I'll bet so.
I would bet. I would bet so.
It got a little blow. I mean, it was 60-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right here, I know, and offshore it must have been a little fresh out there.
Yeah,
too.
I mean,
but it came down. The ocean's flat again.
Doug always loves saying, over the years that it's usually not the first system from the north that knocks it out. It's usually the second or third, or a back-to-back get hit, punch real hard. And I know that, local Bonita off the beach doesn't tell the tale of offshore fishing, but it was a good sign. If anything, we went right through those little weather systems that we had, and that fish on the beach is still right there and biting. It's going to bite again today. So I would hope and bet that offshore fishing is probably the same thing. I bet if you went out there and had some time, I bet a guy would go make a catch.
Yeah.
If the Tribute was off and running, I bet they'd be on him right now.
Yeah, for sure. Now, Royal Polaris is on a 5-day. Maybe we'll hear from Captain John down there, and we'll see what happens.
That'd be cool.
But I wonder if that stuff's still on the Ranger Bank down there.
I hope so. That's been such fun fishing, and that's
a good 5-day.
These after Christmas trips have really morphed into something special over the last few years. For a long stretch of time, the after Christmas trip was a longer freezer filler. You caught reds and lings, and maybe you had a shot at yellowtail up or down the beach somewhere, and that was that. And then the Guadalupe era happened, and Guadalupe fishing was so good, and those 5-day trips turned into epic big fish trips at the Loop. And then the bluefin cycle really got rolling, and they've turned into excellent bluefin trips. So those trips have been really cool, and I just hope that tradition continues. It's a cool time of year, and it's such a sleeper of a trip. They don't always book out as fast as some of the other ones do, and sometimes there's a lighter load on them, but it's so cool, and it's a relatively easy time to sneak away from work. Not a ton of business happens in between that little stretch of Christmas and New Year, so a guy that's maybe often too busy in the middle of summer can maybe sneak away for a few days and get in on some rad fishing. Yeah, for sure. Independence I saw left yesterday. I'm not sure how many day trip they were gone, but probably a longer one. I would bet. And Captain Brian, I'm sure, is going to put the guys on the fish. Those guys do a great job. That boat is such a beautiful boat, man. You see that boat? It's a big boat. It's a ship. It's a big ship, yeah. So it's good to see the long range guys back out on the water there, and that local fishing. So what was the hot gift in the tackle shop this Christmas? Tackle was fun this year, and with long range fishing, there was a lot of that. So gift wise, I would say, I hate throwing accolades because he's such a good bud of mine, and they do such a good job. Brandon's 2 fish jigs, that was really big this year, and I think it's because they're just starting to really flirt with a lot of different avenues of where you can buy them, and their popularity's really come up. Matt Brala's done a really good job with their social media and getting them pumped out, but they're starting to meet demand, so that was really good. We had been talking a little bit on the show about a cool reel that we've been converting a little bit, and that's that Osea Jigger 4000. Right. It's a really, really cool, dedicated jigging reel, a true knife jig style jigging reel that Shimano makes. And the attributes of it are really good for what we like in yo-yo jig and wahoo bomb fishing, but there's a couple of modifications that you need to make it less jigging reel and more wahoo yo-yo jig. And so we've been doing that a little bit, and that's been a really popular one. It's a little outside the norm, but it makes it really cool. Sure. So that reel in its stock configuration, like as a jigging reel, it's got an auto engaging to put the reel into gear. So just like your bass reel, when you're in free spool and you turn the handle, your tranks or your typical bass reel, it clicks itself back into gear. Well, that jigger does the same thing, which wouldn't be that big of a deal, but it's got a lot of handle on it. And when we're fishing a wahoo bomb, you're throwing something that's pretty heavy. So if you can imagine, you make this big arcing cast. If that handle continues to kind of rotate around from the effort of you making your cast. Because it's not made as a casting. Exactly, yeah. It's made for jigging. You're supposed to kick the thing out of gear and let it fall straight down. So when you make that big cast with that jigging handle, it can sometimes be enough rotation that handle kicks over, and all of a sudden your reel goes into gear in the middle of your cast, and that's never good. Yeah. Casting things off. So we get rid of that. How easy is that? Easy for somebody that does it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not something that I can.
Is that something that they do at Fisherman's Landing, or they could do over at Dana Landing? One of the guys.
For sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it requires somebody who's. When it was back in the old days of a Penn Squitter and a Penn 500 and a Newell 332, I did 100% of my own reel repair.
Yeah.
These days, I
It's
just don't.
more
Yeah, I mean,
complicated,
there's Trinidads and Talicas. It's not that they're impossible to work on. It's two factors. They just don't need it. You know, like
Yeah.
in the old days when you would go on a 5-day trip, you always had your Plano box full of drag washers and dog springs. I mean, it was not uncommon to rebuild your reel during the trip. You know, like you have a couple of really good days of fishing, you're going to smoke a set of drags in your 4.0.
Sure.
You just don't even think about that in Italica now. You know, you seasons. But anyways, it's not a difficult repair. It's just beyond somebody that's got my skill level. So.
Sure. So take it into your local tackle shop. They
Yeah.
should be able to pull it off, and yeah. And then you said the handle needs to be interchanged.
I mean, it probably should be interchanged. You know, that it's got a big jigging handle on it, and you know, you just can't really get your mitt around that and turn the handle real fast. It's better as it's better to put a Trinidad handle, which fits just directly into place.
But also, I forget our guest that said that just drop it down one notch.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
what
another
Carl's saying.
option
Yeah,
too. Carl,
I still think if you were wanting to make that thing the bomb Wahoo reel, that's probably the move. Get that T-bar style handle off, put the ball handle back on. It just fits your hand better when you're winding fast.
Makes sense.
That other big power handle is awesome for exactly that if you're pulling on a big fish, but if you want to make that thing the kick-ass Wahoo
So
yo-yo jig reel, do that.
That sounds like a good day. Good morning, Captain Renee.
Good morning.
What's up, fam?
Hey, great to have you. Good to see you. Good to see you get up close and personal with that mic. All right. Great to have you on the show. And, boy, I like that new sweatshirt, man. Those are looking
thank you.
good. Yeah. Perfect for the camera. Colorful. Yeah. So, Shogun, what's been going on, man? You guys had some great trips
what a
this
year
year,
you guys
huh?
had this year.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good season. It was lots of fun. The last handful of trips, the longer ones, it was really, really fun fishing down there. A lot of wahoo, good tuna fishing.
The grade of Wahoo was so wild this year, too. Every time I swear you backed that boat back in, it was just, dude, they were big ones.
There were some big ones,
That was
yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, we definitely got some like 80-plus pounders.
That was wild.
Whoa.
It was huge.
80-pound wahoo.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was crazy. I
Yeah.
haven't seen those in a while.
And you had trips where you had 100-plus wahoo, right? That's
Yeah.
got to be crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It
Well,
was fun fishing.
I know kelp patty fishing for wahoo was never the thing, but this year it was, right?
This year it was definitely, it definitely changed this year for us. I mean, we normally get them here and there, but it was a thing for sure for a couple, like almost a month there.
It's got to be fun too, like just a level of anticipation when you or one of the boys up top, like, hey man, I got one. Like you're in Wahoo country and you know you're in the right water and you know they're around and all of a sudden somebody calls like, dude, I got one. I got a big one.
I got a big one.
Go right, man. I got the one. Like there's got to be a level of just really licking your chops, knowing like, okay, this looks right.
Yeah, it was definitely fun.
Ah, that's cool.
So was it the sinker with the Cheeto wrapper on it that worked best?
Those Wahoo bombs were definitely hitting this year.
Cool.
We got some on the surface iron too, but yeah, like every time we'd stop, those bombs would definitely be a thing.
It was the thing.
And that's fun too, because it can be when Wahoo fishing's tough and scratch. It can be just you get one on a troll jig, Maybe there's one on a bomb, but like it was casting and chucking and winding.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah. So tell us about the Shogun. One of my favorite boats in the fleet. Love fishing on the Shogun with you and the guys on the boat.
well, thank you. Well, this year maintenance is pretty much we're going to start maintenance here next week. We're going to be doing like a new generator. We're putting a new generator on. We're going to be doing some upgrades in the galley. Down in the staterooms, there's going to be a little bit of another. We got to fix up some of the vanities and stuff like that down there. Probably put some different carpet up and just do some of that stuff. So
Yeah. A little bit. Not
a
a ton
paint.
of maintenance.
It's not huge, but I mean it's going to be
It's a real project.
yeah, in the engine room for sure.
Yeah.
She's such a comfortable boat. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, the boat is just so right for the type of fishing that you guys do. staterooms and the space in the galley, and it's such a comfortable boat to get to go fishing on.
It's very comfortable, I think.
And solid. Being steel, man, you get into some weather with that thing, it rides.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's the boat you want to be in when the weather comes up.
Yeah, it doesn't snap as much. Sometimes it does, but not very often.
Yeah, for sure. So when are you going to be back out fishing?
I think we're going to be starting after maintenance, probably mid-March or the end of March or something like that. We're going to try to do a couple of, I think, some rock cod trips and then start off that way.
Sweet. Yeah.
And who knows, too, with the way that this bluefin is, it seems like you guys in particular, that often seems to be part of your deal is a couple of short trips real early in the season. And those trips that intended to go for rock cod fishing, next thing you know, you have a good morning on cods and just poke offshore. And with as early as the bluefin's been around the last few years, who knows what those turn into?
Exactly. That bluefin's probably going to be popping up, right?
It hasn't gone anywhere, right?
Not really. I mean, there's some down there past that Ranger, by the Ranger, and all that. But there's definitely still some around here.
Yeah.
Take it.
No question.
For sure.
So Shogun is it's a 92-foot vessel. Is it a pool boat?
No, Ted Dunn.
Ted Dunn, that's right. Ted Dunn
built that one. Yeah,
was it built at Pool Boat Yard?
I believe it was.
Yeah. And that's why the difference between aluminum, like the Royal Star, the American Angler, or the Polaris Supreme, versus steel, right?
Yeah.
Because Ted wanted a steel boat.
He wanted a steel boat, definitely.
Yeah.
He made that thing like a sailor.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, with his tuna background.
Stout. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very stout. Yeah. So how many day trips do you normally do? What's your kind of normal schedule?
We start off with 3-day trips, 2 to 3 day trips. There's some 4s at the beginning of the season, and then as it gets later, we do some 7s, 8s, and towards the end of the year, it's 8 to 10 day trips. So I'd say anywhere from September to almost December or December. We do those 7 to 10 day trips, and I don't know. At the beginning of the year, there's a lot of back-to-back 3-day trips, and I think it's good because it gives you an extra day if you miss the first night or first day that you're out there looking for that bluefin. And
those trips seem so popular too. It allows a lot of people on the boat, and we sure at the tackle store we hear about it a lot. Because the boat's in more frequently. It's a lot of people on and off, and it's like you said, it's the longest trip in the short range. It gives you more time, and you get multiple nights at it.
Right. Yeah. I mean that's the beginning of the year. I think lots of these guys are doing short trips. day-and-a-half to 3-day trips is kind of a thing. Yeah. At the very beginning.
And then as you head into the spring and fall, you do some 7s and 8s and.
Yeah, we have a June 8th day that's pretty popular. That's one of our favorite trips. We take a little break from bluefin fishing and slide down and fish for yellowtail and whatever we can find down that way.
Nice.
I'm sure after multiple months of nighttime bluefin, yo-yo jig fishing, I'm sure the crew is probably ready for some civilized daytime fishing at that point.
Definitely. Yeah, that's one of the fun trips.
What's your favorite trip?
I like going down. I like fishing bluefin, but I like going down and doing multiple, days down there and looking for yellowtail, for tuna. It's kind of, it's just fun just doing different things, not grinding the whole night up, but it's definitely fun when that bluefin's biting.
Yeah.
We enjoy that too.
I think you guys do such a good job of creating a unique atmosphere on the boat when you're fishing. The crew is young and very enthusiastic, and just the atmosphere that your guys are able to create is really, really cool on that boat. It's unique and a really good time, and it's fun. It's a really fun boat to get to be on.
Yeah, these guys they're doing a good job. Got some new guys on the boat that are younger, but they're pretty fun on the deck with the people, and kind
of buy into the program that you guys create.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, as you can hear, we have a great show lined up for today. Renee's a wealth of knowledge. I've fished with him many times on the boat, and he knows his stuff and knows how to catch fish, and he can help you catch some fishing on your trip, too.
We're going to be having a great time this morning. If you want to join us, talking fishing on the Shogun, man, we'd love to hear from you. Give us a call this morning at 833-288-0973. That's how you reach us on the fan. Kyle standing by this morning again. 833-288-0973 is how you join us. And, man, we're going to be having a lot of fun talking Shogun and having Captain Renee in the studio. Also, you can send us a text if you want to text in your question to the show. That's only available through the Let's Talk Hookup app. It's a free download if you don't have it already. If you missed Tim and Marilee yesterday talking Fisherman's Processing and Royal Star, it's a great show, easy to listen to, or if you miss a show in the future or you just want to catch something from the past, all of that's available on the Let's Talk Hookup app. And it's the only way that you can text in your questions to Captain Renee today. When you do, make sure you include your phone number and a little bit of contact info. Just a name and a number is all we need in case you win the big prize at the end of the show today. And man, what a cool prize are we going to get to give away today?
Yeah.
A boat that Renee is also very familiar with. Somebody's going to get to go fishing on a full-day trip on board the San Diego at a C4 Sport Fishing. So one lucky caller or texter is going to win a full-day trip on the San Diego. And I always love giving away a trip away because you'll be one of the first to have a pass burning a hole in your pocket when that boat comes out of maintenance and looking good and looking shiny. And so that'll be a really cool opportunity for one lucky caller to go full-day fishing on board the San Diego.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure when they come out of maintenance, Captain Ryan and Captain Matt will be the first guys on the yellows.
For sure. They usually are, no doubt about that. Well, again, if you want to join us, man, we're going to be having some fun. 833-288-0973. And when we come back, we're going to be taking your phone calls, reading those texts. You stay tuned. You're listening to Southern California's sport fishing voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Everything about Katmai Lodge is first rate, and it should be on the bucket list of everyone who enjoys fishing. This is Brandon Bono. My visit to Katmai Lodge is an experience I will never forget. Constructed on the banks of the Alagnak River in Katmai National Park, the lodge is a fishing dream come true. The experience is incomparable. Whether bait casting, spin, or fly fishing, you'll find king, sockeye, chum, coho, and pink salmon, plus trout, grayling, char, and dolly varden. Their guides are amazing. Days are exciting and fun with hot lunches and snacks served on the river. The brown bears, bald eagles, beaver, otters, and other wildlife you see is amazing. The lodge staff is great. There's complimentary wine, beer, and appetizers before a fantastic dinner every evening. Take it from me, a trip to Katmai Lodge should be on your list. For information, visit katmai.com or call 1-800-330-0326. Once again, that's Katmai Lodge, KATMAI.com.
Here's the hot tip on the best fishing LA has to offer. 22nd Street Landing Sport Fishing in San Pedro. They are home to LA's finest open party fleet, including overnight on the Freedom, Catalina Freelance on the Pursuit, half-day trips on the Monte Carlo, and three-quarter-day trips on the Sea Angler. For your own private charter, we have the Outrider and Trueline available. There's always plenty of free parking and a fully stocked tackle store. 22nd Street Landing Sport Fishing in San Pedro. Call 310-832-8304 or on the web at 22ndstreet.com.
Experience the magic of Haida Gwaii Islands, British Columbia, Canada, at Haida Gwaii Safaris, formerly Queen Charlotte Safaris. Hi, I'm Valerie Hopridge. 25 years ago, I fell in love with these incredible islands, breathtaking scenery and wildlife, warm community, and truly phenomenal fishing. That passion inspired me to open my own fishing lodge. Just steps away from the Sandspit Harbor at Haida Gwaii Safaris, you will be fishing pristine, unpressured waters for Chinook salmon, halibut, John lingcod, and more. Plus, be surrounded by untouched beauty and wildlife. All of us at Haida Gwaii Safaris have exciting news. We now have our own charter flight to and from Sandspit out of Vancouver, making your trip easier than ever. We pride ourselves on creating unforgettable adventures that turn the first-time guests into long-time friends. You will come for the fishing and you'll come back for the memories. We are booking now. Please call 1-877-815-2892 or visit us at qcsafaris.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Haida Gwaii Safaris, where unforgettable memories are made one catch at a time.
The holiday rush continues at your San Diego County Ford dealers. The Ford year-end sell-a-thon is on, now through January 2nd. Get our best offers across the most popular Ford trucks and SUVs. From America's best-selling Ford F-Series truck for 48 years to the capable Bronco family of SUVs. Even the all-electric standouts like Mustang Mach-E and F-150 Lightning. Get ready to power through whatever the season brings in a Ford. These are the season's biggest savings on an incredible selection of Ford vehicles. Visit your local San Diego County Ford dealer today.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning again. Captain Renee from the Shogun joining us. We're going to be talking fishing and having a great time doing it, man.
Yeah, this being our very last show of the new year.
That's right.
Can you believe that?
Dude, I can't.
Next show is going to be 2026 next year.
I've officially hit the age where everybody talks about years just flying by. Like, I remember when you were a kid in school, it's like, man, how on earth could this take any longer to get through? Like, I feel like I'm officially at the age where the year's over. Like, how the hell that happened?
Right?
2026? Like, what is happening right now?
So we were just talking about the PCS show.
Yeah.
And that's coming up in March. Both shows, too. A new San Diego show this year in mid-March, and then, of course, the PCS show in Costa Mesa in the beginning of March. And, Renee, you were saying you're going to be hanging out in the booth up there?
Yep, I'll be at the booth, and I think
Fisherman's Landing booth?
Fisherman's Landing's booth, yeah. I'll be there.
Fisherman's Landing does a fun booth. It's a 20-foot big booth, and there's often your favorite captains like Captain Renee up there getting to hang out and see everybody. And it's everything from just shaking hands to old passengers to booking a 10-day trip, and everything in between. Like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and of course, you guys are going to have your giant booth there, right in the front of the building there.
Yeah, same
in Costa Mesa, and then a big booth in San Diego too, right?
We have a big presence at the Orange County show, which we really like. As you enter the kind of cool sport fishing building, we're the first thing that you see. But San Diego, we're really excited about. It's the hometown show for us, and we are over double the size in the new Del Mar show than we are in Orange County. So we're really excited about that. We'll have a lot more space and a lot more stuff, and we're pumped. We think it's going to be we think San Diego's going to be a really good show.
It's going to be a great one.
Bill has a really unique ability to make those shows really cool, and I think that he has done a fantastic job with the PCS show in Orange County. What I'm excited to see in San Diego is, they've already like hit capacity in Orange County, and they know how successful it is. But like San Diego gave them an opportunity to like start from scratch, like knowing how big they grow shows. Like they've got a lot of space to get to work with. So I'm pumped. Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
No question about it. And I'm really excited about our little row at our booth. Of course, Queen Charlotte Safari. Valerie will be, and then right next to Valerie will be Let's Talk Hookup booth. Wayne and Tommy P and Dave will be manning the booth along with myself. And then right next to us will be Corey Sandin.
Hey,
an MC swim bait
that's
booth.
Cool.
So that's pretty cool to have Corey right next to us too. That'll be the first time he's been at that Costa Mesa show.
Corey hasn't been at any of the shows in a number of years, so we're really pumped that he's going to be there. Corey's going to have a lot of cool baits, like, exclusive type stuff, and we're going to work real close with Corey and kind of carry all of the, all of the hardware that goes along with it. So, hopefully you'll go to Corey's booth and score all the right baits for Cedros and things, and then we're going to have like we're still in the planning of it, but we're going to have like a dedicated section of, hey, he likes this Gamakatsu weighted hook for this swim bait. We're going to have like all of the things that pair with his baits. We're going to try to build like a unique MC Swim Baits hardware section.
I mean, you think, it's not till March, but that's just a little over 2 months away. I mean, it's going to be here before you know it, right?
It is.
That's when,
just like the end of maintenance, right? It's like you have to get a lot done, right, in that short amount of time.
Quickly.
But at least you don't have to paint, right?
No, we're not going to paint that much. We're going to do a little bit of spot painting on the tank and do a little bit of deck work and stuff like that. We haul the boat out January 14th, so we'll be at the yard for a couple weeks.
Weeks at the yard. Where do you do that haul out here?
Marine Group,
and down in Chula Vista.
Chula Vista.
Yeah.
It's got to be one of those things that during the season, multiple weeks or a couple of months, it's like, oh man, we got so much time, we're going to be able to knock it out. And I'll bet as soon as that thing comes out of the water, it's like we got a lot to jam on.
To do, yeah.
I'll bet.
What's the Shogun weigh compared to like the Royal Star?
I believe it's at least 100 ton boat. So, I really don't even remember off the top of my head what it weighs. It's got to weigh.
There's a lot of boat.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Being steel weighs a lot more than aluminum.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no question. Well, hey, phones are packing up. You want to get through? Kyle standing by at the fan, 833-288-0973. Let's jump into the phones, Rick.
Dan from West Covina is going to get us started here on Let's Talk Hookup. Dan, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I appreciate it. And since this is the last show of 2025, I thought it would be most appropriate to ask our patron saint and Pied Piper of Albacore of Southern California, Pete Gray, what is your prediction? When will they show up next year? I've got my own prediction, but yours is the one that matters.
They're going to be here the 15th of June.
Okay.
All right? How's that sound?
So for those that don't know, I will fill, and most do at this point, for those that don't know, Pete is the last standing fisherman out here that predicts albacore for next year.
Yeah.
And, we'll call it what it is. You've been wrong a whole bunch of years in a row, but you're the last guy left. So that when they do show up next year, you will officially be the guy.
That's right.
We can go back on today's show when Dan called and be like, I told you. Yeah. I told you they were going to be here this year. Like, you're going to be the guy that's right at some point.
But at this point, with all the bluefin and great fishing we've had, I mean, albacore is kind of a thing of the past, I think. But I'm still going to predict it, June 15th. Mark my words, right?
That sounds good.
You never know. It could happen, right?
It definitely can.
As Ron Lane would say, it could happen. Yeah.
It's going to happen again at some point. That cycle will be honest.
Well, think about it will. Look at the bonita. I mean, the bonita fishing around here, just crazy. And when I was a kid, bonita was the thing, right? That was, of course, a long time ago. But, I mean, we used to catch bonita like we're catching now, right? Just all over the place. And we caught albacore back then. So maybe there's a relation. I don't know.
Yeah,
you never know
for sure.
The one thing you know is that the fishery is sure alive and well. And Renee, I know you got a lot of buds at Commercial Fish, and we get a lot of info now. With the guys in the tackle store, with Dylan's dad being involved in the fishery with JJ, and I know you have Joel scheduled to come on the show, Pete, in a couple of weeks, and that fishing for those
Captain
guys
Joel
this year,
Ralston.
Yeah, right.
Next Sunday.
There you go.
Right here, the second show of the year. Actually, interesting shows next Saturday and Sunday. Next Saturday, Matt Shanley from CalTip is going to be here.
Ooh,
and
okay.
It's something that Wayne set up. Wayne Cotto, our great co-host. And Wayne, this guy is the guy that talks about CalTip and the whole program that California does, and tipping off poachers and stuff like that, which is so important. But super cool guy, and taking his time away, and he's a state employee.
Cool.
So coming in to talk, and then next Sunday, watch out, man. We're gonna have to batten down the hatches with Captain Joel Ralston. Are you kidding me?
Strap in.
Yeah. So that's gonna be a cool weekend.
But all I'm getting at is the fishery is so healthy. Like those guys killed it this year. Walloped them this year.
This year was a good year for them, for sure.
That fish is around. Like the fish are, us not catching it has no bearing on how healthy that fishery is. They're just not here. And at some point, that cycle's going to change, and that fish will be in our backyard again. But
it was really cool to hear your employee Dylan at the taco shop talking about going to fishing with his dad JJ cool. And going albacore fishing, and how fun that was. What an experience that was.
It sounded so much fun.
It sounded really cool.
Yeah, it was really
Have you
cool.
ever done commercial albacore?
Not commercial albacore, no. But we've got all our friends that do it.
Yeah.
Like Bobby, Aaron, JJ. They said it was epic this year.
Yeah. Good for them.
The fun. We should have Dylan in here to give the report. But it was so funny hearing him talk about some of the things, but just how wild that fishing was. And one of the stories that stuck out to me so much is he was he sending us pictures, and obviously cool deck shots of all the fish, but my favorite was he sent us a picture of a piece of plywood that had 4 holes in it, and nobody could get what the reference was. He goes, that was a canopy that was above us, that just protects us whatever when we're in the rack. And they were all the holes were above him because he was the new guy, and they were all from from the scampi or the squid, when they're pulling a fish overboard and the lift pole's all fully bent over and that fish is coming up and the fish shakes just right, and the lure comes flying out and at 100 miles an hour hits the plywood, and it was blowing holes into 3/4 inch plywood.
Whoa!
and
he had to be the guy right behind him.
I think that I don't think it happened to many of the guys that had done it for a bunch of years, but he was the new guy. I'm sure doing nothing wrong, but you get your technique dialed. But yeah, he said that thing when it would shake loose and the rod was coming over, it was like a shotgun going off. And he took a picture above him, and above his head there was 4 giant holes that were all blown through from lead. It was pretty crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, sounded super fun. It'll be really cool having Joel get to tell some of the stories.
Yeah,
for
sure.
Fun in here.
833-288-0973. Thanks for that call. You have a good text, huh?
I thought so. It says, "Good morning, guys. Really stoked to hear Captain Renee in here. My favorite boat to fish on. Renee, can you please tell the listeners a little bit about your favorite way to tie fluorocarbon to Spectra, and the importance of, and some of the finer points of fly lining a live bait? What are some key tips that maybe some of us would miss? Can't wait to hear the show." That's from Mark.
I typically use a FG knot or
get right up close to that mic. There you go.
RP knot or a FG knot. And fly lining the baits, I like to use I shoulder hook them. It's just very lightly. I just pick a scale off and shoulder hook them. But I also like to
pick a scale off just so you can get the hook in there.
Just so it barely goes in. Yeah, you don't want to like overdo it and kill the bait. But I also breast hook the fish when we're bluefin fishing and we're not drifting very much, and so that bait goes down. And
breast hook versus belly hook.
Yeah. Like right
farther forward,
just in front of the two pecs.
The two pecs. Okay.
They have a little umph to them when it's hard to get a bait to swim, so it gives you a minute or something where it's actually really running. You know that you might get a bite down that way. So
that's a good tip.
Yeah.
So FG knot versus the RP knot. Give us your take on both of those knots.
That FG knot, I've used them. We've been using them on kite rods lately, but I've used that FG knot for heavy line, and I'd say anywhere from like 60 to 80 pound, or even 100 plus pound. That's the knot that I would use. Lighter line, like 30, 40, 50 pound. I like to use the RP knot.
Yeah.
But
because it's easy.
It's easy and quick, yeah. I mean, they're both pretty simple, but I feel like that FG knot, man, that thing's pretty strong.
And real skinny.
Really skinny,
but it's a process.
It's a little bit of a process. But yeah, I mean, I've used that knot in PV a lot, and I've seen it almost like you'd think it was going to break, but it didn't.
Like it should. Everything in your mind says this shouldn't hold this good. We're putting too much pressure on a single knot.
Exactly.
And the thing that's crazy about an FG is like it's just tied on. It's hard to describe it. Like on a single piece of line. Like on an RP knot or a lot of knots like that, you're tying in a loop. You're tying around a couple of strands, and the FG is just pinching onto a single piece of line. Like it feels like it should just slip right through there. But boy, it's done right. It's tight. The only problem is it's also the easiest knot to tie incorrectly. That's my only gripe with it. Like it's a great knot and tied right. You can't deny it's the strongest and skinniest. But it's also very easy to tie incorrectly. And then like anything,
you see a lot of that.
If it's not right, it's not right.
So, yeah, we've seen it definitely unravel. And
so how do you avoid that? Just pull on it really hard.
Yeah, you got to cinch it down before you finish it off pretty good. Make sure that everything's nice and tight.
And test it.
You definitely test it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, hey, let's jump back in the phones, Rick.
You got it, man. How about this time we talk to Bob, and Bob's calling us from Bellflower this morning. Good morning, Bob. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hi, Bob.
Pete Gray. A big howdy to you. You remember me, Bob from Bellflower?
How could we ever forget Bob from Bellflower, man? It's been a lot of years, huh?
Been a whole lot of years, buddy, and I miss you, and I haven't been fishing for a while with some health issues. But the Shogun, I've fished a Shogun many, many times. I love it. My grandson right now is on the Royal Polaris on the New Year's special trip, the 5-day. I guess be back Wednesday, but I hope they do well out there.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get a report from them today, and hopefully they're catching a lot of fish. I'm sure they are.
Yeah, but I just wanted to call in and say hi to everybody, and I miss you guys. Calling up on Let's Talk Hookup, great show, and I miss you at the Fred Hall show too, Pete.
Yeah, well, come on over to the PCS show in Costa Mesa there in March, Bob. It'd be great to see you again. And Bob from Bellflower was one of our standby guys for decades, I'm going to say, in calling into the Let's Talk Hookup show. It's great to hear your voice, and good you're doing well, and get back into that fishing, Bob. Thanks a lot for the call this morning. Appreciate that.
I had a fun text come through. It says, good morning, guys. Happy New Year. I haven't had an opportunity to fish on the Shogun yet, but I'm a huge follower of your social media, and I'm always amazed at the quality and grade of fish that you guys seem to catch. Especially fond of seeing the sushi fests. How long does it take for your chefs to prepare those unbelievable spreads, and what does it take to get onto one of those trips? That's from Tony in Hesperia.
Nice. The guys definitely prep all day doing that. There's a sushi rolling trip that we have. We have a couple of them, and those ones normally have the big spreads like that. We do them throughout the year as well, but when he's on the boat, he does a big giant spread, and the guys that work in the galley, they used to work in sushi bars, and so they all know how to do it really well. I would say it takes half a day or more just to get everything ready for the guys.
That sounds so good.
Those pictures are unbelievable.
They're pretty fancy looking.
Like they take a whole, the whole serving bar and a side table, and it's completely covered. But it's not just, I don't know how to say it. It's not just covered with sushi. It's artfully done. There's flowers, and every color of every roll is done with an intention. It is some kind of something to see, man. It's really cool.
It's pretty cool.
Appropriate with the name Shogun too. To have that kind of fare. Yeah, definitely.
It's a big thing when Sushi Mike comes on the boat. He dolls it up pretty nice. I mean, it's a fun trip too when we have those guys on.
And those are specific. Like you say, your chefs do sushi all commonly, but those particular ones are a charter that Sushimi Rollin is like the sponsor of.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's definitely the big show on that. Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool.
And those trips just book up through the office like anything else? Or are they sold out till forever, or is that something a guy could get on
through the website, or just call the office?
That's cool. Hey, when we come back, we got a lot of Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. We got more of your phone calls. We got catch reports and more. You stay tuned. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup with Captain Renee and the Shogun on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Hi, this is Christy Wheeler with Dawson & Associates Insurance, your full-service agency specializing in boat insurance, including charter, commercial, and personal use boats, business insurance, and travel insurance. We work hard to get you the most coverage for the best prices and guarantee the lowest rates available on all the travel plans we offer. So give us a call today at Dawson & Associates Insurance at 619-460-5615 for a free quote today.
The reels that Southern California anglers have been waiting for are here. Shimano is proud to introduce the all-new Talica 40A and 50A reels. The Talica series is Shimano's flagship 2-speed lever drag reel. It sits at the very pinnacle of the offshore world. Shimano has increased the fishability of the larger Talica models by reducing rotational resistance at high drag and improving durability in critical positions within the reel. The all-new Talica 40A and 50A now boast Infinity Drive, which employs 2 drag washers housed on the side of the reel, allowing for an ultra-smooth, powerful drag system, while at the same time increasing winding power under a load by as much as 40%. The new Talica is built around a more compact, cold-forged machine aluminum one-piece frame. Plus, there's also a new higher high gear, built with a Southern California angler in mind. The new Talica 40 and 50A are available now at your local Shimano dealer.
One rod has set the standard for serious saltwater anglers worldwide, and that's CalStar. From the rugged dependability of the West Coast series, the lightweight strength of the Graphiter, or the performance of the GG series, all CalStar rods are handmade right here in Southern California of the finest materials and craftsmanship. Check out the new CalStar models now available, as well as upgrades to the classic rods that you know and love. If you want your tackle to be state-of-the-art tools to get the job done right, it's CalStar at Fine Tackle Dealers.
Hey, this is Captain Benny Florentino, owner-operator of Coastal Charters. Just want to announce that I'll be running the Camus 26 hybrid boat from West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa. Hybrid being a center console with bay boat features. The boat features a Michael Peters stepped hull that'll give both myself and my guests a comfortable, dry ride. West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa will be carrying the 26 hybrid, 28 hybrid, and also a 34 cat. Heck, they even have some great-looking bass boats. But if you have any other questions, feel free to call Nick Kelly or Kyle Mesa at West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa, and we'll see you on the water.
Take it from Captain Benny Florentino. West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa is your source for Camus boats, as well as Parker boats, Yamaha outboards, and now Mercury outboards. Sales and service, the finest you can find. Go see Nick and the guys at West Coast Marine on Newport Boulevard in Costa Mesa, or check westcoastmarine.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning, taking your phone calls. Lots of fun fishing happening this morning. And again, if you want to get through, it's 833-288-0973.
All right, let's find out what's biting.
Yeah, bro. As promised, it's time for the Catch Report. Today, it's sponsored by Gamakatsu. They have an amazing lineup of fishing accessories now available, including fillet knives, everyday carry knives, those new G boxes, and bags, as well as a great sense of a lot of really cool tackle storage options. Also, the ceramic braid scissors. We've been using those on our line machines.
So awesome.
Are really, really happy with them. Really clean cutting spectra. They're really nice. Hey, along with the best in fresh and saltwater hooks that are available, you can see your local dealer or check gamakatsu.com for more information. We got him standing by. Captain Brian Woolley of Dana Wharf Sport Fixing on the line. What's up, Woolley?
Hey, good morning. What's happening, guys?
Have a good time.
Yeah. I hope the holidays were good for you.
Yeah, it was great. Nice little reprieve. Hope same for you guys. Absolutely. It's crazy to believe that 2025 is pretty much over.
Yeah. This is your last report of 2025, huh?
That's good. I wish it was a super banger one, but it's really not. We had that soggy weather put a squeeze on our week for sure. The days that we got away from the dock, a little bit of bass action for the half day guys. Not super spectacular as you'd imagine, but still some fish there for sure on the local trips to be caught. I'd say the dropper loops and the sliding egg sinkers, half ounce to maybe even a full ounce, so the guys are able to get some baits kind of mid water. Caught some bass that way. Guys at the bottom with the exotic baits like the shrimp and the clam did okay on the sheephead and that kind of stuff. Still kind of slow. A little bit of sculpin and whitefish as well. They kind of poking around out a little bit deeper, looking for some of that stuff. The bonito is still around. It hasn't been full speed like it was, towards the end of last week. Just the water's dirty. Guys yesterday looked hard for a few hours on their half-day trips. They got out like 7 miles, and the water was still real dirty off the beach. So just one of those deals that they did catch a little bit, a few jig strikes and stuff like that on, but they weren't able to locate the big schools with the time frame that they had on those trips. So to be continued for sure on that fish. Hopefully, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week, which is, the decent weather days of the week, then looks like it's going to get wet again. Those guys can get out and look for some of that stuff. Rockfish, the days that they fished that was still pretty good. Again, that's going to be closing the end of the month here. So if you guys want to get out on some of that, again, just watch those weather days for sure. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday looks like there might be a little bit of something moving in there as well. But I'd imagine the guys are going to be fishing deep, doing that stuff just to kind of get the last licks in. So bring a few jigs, bring some 10 to 16 ounce sinkers. That'll kind of, depend on if they stay closer to the beach. If they're looking for that bonito in their day, then they'll stay close and probably make those cod rockfish drops down there off San Onofre, Box Canyon area. Or if they decide to bail on the whole bonito thing, if that's not in play, then they'll go out to the 14 and, finish the season off out there. So keep that in mind. And then our halibut derby is set to start on Friday. Kind of stoked to get that back on the calendar as well. So we'll have those drift trips set. Again, we'll play Friday by ear, but they are scheduled. That trip sold out. And then just a reminder, you can buy in on any half or 3/4 day trip, or you can buy halibut derby passes or $10 there at check-in. So you can go that route as well. Other than that, just, boat work in progress. Some fun. We're down for the foreseeable future, doing some work on that boat, and you'll just kind of rotate through, and it's that time of year to get those things going. So if you guys want to hop on a trip, give the landing a call. Our number here, 949-496-5794, or you can hit us on the web as well at danawharf.com. And we'll just see how this week plays out, and take it from there.
Man, what better way to go? All we know is there was some fantastic fishing before a little weather, and I think you said it best. Little spots here or there, but a lot of good in the future. So we'll look forward to see what it throws at us, and we'll look forward to hearing the report from you next week, Willie.
All right, guys. Thanks. Happy New Year. Have a great time, whatever you guys are doing, and we'll talk to you next Sunday.
Talk to you next year. Thanks, Willie. Appreciate it very much.
Great.
And
Happy New Year
we'll
to
look forward
you.
to that.
Appreciate you, and appreciate all the great reports you give for us too.
And the whole family at Dana Wharf.
Oh,
you guys
absolutely.
do such a good job.
Great support.
And so generous. And everybody.
Yep.
You want to talk about people that really do it right. That's Dana Wharf Sport Fishing
they do
for
it
sure.
Good.
Yeah.
They do it.
Hey, all right. That's going to wrap up our catch report there with the new 2026 Bill Varney Surf Fishing CCA calendar at your local tackle shore or at surffishtackle.com.
Hey, I have a great text here from Charlie in La Mirada. He says, great show this morning, Pete, Rick, and Renee, my question is about wahoo fishing. Can you elaborate on the best time of year, tackle, and best length of trip for your best opportunity? I would love to book one. Also, what time of the year on the Shogun?
I would say like anywhere from September to December, you have a shot of catching it. That's kind of when our trips start to become a little longer. And like I said, this year we had some really good back-to-back wahoo trips.
Typically, those trips, September, October, November, book up pretty quickly. Do you still have spots available?
There's some spots available, yeah. There's anywhere from 8 days to 10-day trips.
And that's what you want, an 8 or 10?
Yeah, something like that would get you down there.
I want to throw this out. If your goal is to catch a wahoo and you've just been pining for it and that's the thing you want, go on a 10-day.
A 10-day.
Do a 10-day because an 8-day absolutely has a shot at it, but sometimes it's just a shot. You know what I mean? Like or you've got enough time to go to this place or enough time to go to that place. And a 10-day puts you in the exact same zone with just multiple days of trying. Like maybe your time in wahoo country is just enough to go to the rocks, but there's better fishing offshore or vice versa, whatever it is. Like book a 10-day. If you really want that thing, that's
because it takes you got to do
time.
the numbers. It takes a couple days to get there, right?
Definitely takes a couple days to get down either to the rocks or the ridge.
So you have a 8-day trip. You're 2 days down, 2 days back at least.
Yeah.
And so that only leaves you 4 days, 3.5 days of fishing. So you add an extra 2 days to that, you're at 6.5 days of fishing instead.
Definitely. You have a shot at both zones, from the rocks to even kelping on the way into the ridge or something like that. Like, the 13 was pretty good. The 23 was good for us this year as well. And then that offshore that wasn't very far from the ridge. It was like maybe 5 to 10 miles west of there. And
wow.
We were doing just as good. It was pretty good, actually.
Yeah. Good fishing. And the variety, too. You have chances to go catch yellows, could catch larger tuna.
Larger tuna down at the, I think we went down to the Potato Bank this year, and there was some good tuna fishing down there.
You guys kicked the whole thing off for big ones this year.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. That was pretty fun. But yeah, you can catch big dorado on those kelps when we're looking for wahoo or anything like that. I would say that the bombs were really a thing this year. I like to throw the surface iron, but sometimes those things aren't even jumping around as much, and you could still catch them on the surface iron for sure. We've definitely had some good trips where actually this year I think we were on the 23 and we were picking them off pretty steady on the surface iron, but a lot was on the bombs and on those yo-yos.
Are you changing the hook out on the surface iron?
You know what? Some people do. I just use the stock.
Because we've heard it before from Bodan and Matt that changes the action of the lure, and it's all about the action, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I just leave it the way that
leave it the way it is.
And there's something to be said, something cool in the check mark box when you caught it the same way that the same lure, same way you'd catch a yellowtail at Coronado Islands.
Yeah.
You catch them that way. Like you said that. In terms of the bite, like it would for sure be better if it was a sharp single big hook once you got the bite, but it's a surface iron. That thing, the lure's got to swim first, and you take that away. Sometimes you take away your shot. It's just not the same. The cool factor is not the same.
I like the Giga.
The bigger one.
The bigger jig.
Yeah.
It worked down there for us this year as well.
That was the Wahoo surface iron of choice?
That's what I was using, yeah.
All right. I like
and then they have that new one that's even bigger, right?
Same... Yes, like bigger in weight. Same size, like physically top to bottom, but like a little bigger around, going to be a little bit easier to cast.
Yeah.
I'm anxious to see. Like, with that morning that Bodan and Brala were in here, like that was the first time I'd ever even seen that thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be a good-looking lure.
Yeah, for sure. So talk about your background. You worked on the San Diego for a number of years, right?
I did. I think I worked there for about 8 years.
8 years?
Yeah.
Right.
The San Diego's where I started down here. I started up in Redondo. On like the smaller boats, like the Betty G, the Sea Spray, the City of Redondo, and all that. And
that's where you got your captain's license up there?
Yeah, I got my captain's license like the first couple of years I was down here in San Diego. I think I was like 20 down here. When I came back down, or I moved down here when I was like 20, and I got it while I was working on the San Diego. But yeah, I just fishing with Booger was a good learning experience.
Right. 8 years with Booger. I didn't realize you were there that long.
Yeah, I think like something like that. Like,
was Matt like a deckhand or something?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, me and Matt were deckhands together.
Yeah.
It was fun.
That's cool. That's great. And then you went from the San Diego to the Shogun?
I went from the San Diego. I took a couple years off, and I did a little bit of commercial fishing. I worked with Randy and Brian Kiyahara, lobster fishing, and then did a little bit of like mackerel fishing and some slime eel fishing. And then I came over to the Shogun. I think it was 2015. That's I believe, yeah. And just stuck it out on there.
And now you're part owner and
yeah,
and running the boat and have all the management headaches, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
a lot of headaches, definitely.
That's fun. Challenging.
Yeah, it's been a good little run.
Yeah, well, you've taken the Shogun to another level too. It's I mean, people love fishing with you and love fishing the boat, and the whole thing is a good operation. And if you haven't tried the Shogun, it's like I say, it's just love fishing that boat.
Yeah,
it's
the team cool. That you guys have together is the best. I mean, with Jen in the office and you at the helm and all the guys, the boat's as popular as it's ever been for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, as you can hear, we're having a great time this morning. We got another full hour coming your way. Let's Talk Hookup. You stay tuned. We got more of your phone calls, more of your texts, and more with Captain Renee. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup, Southern California's sport fishing voice on that Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
3 kayaks, 6 surfboards, 10 rods, and 1 truck bound for Baja. That's where my brother and I's most recent quest into the Baja Peninsula began, in search of waves, fish, and fun. We are able to transport all the kayaks, rods, and boards without straps, due to the easy transportation of the Hobie iTrack inflatable kayaks. We brought a tandem and 2 singles, the I-9 and 11, and they were totally enough to get all 6 of the boys onto some of the best halibut and grouper fishing of their lives. Now, you might be thinking, 3 kayaks? I thought a tandem and 2 singles would only be able to fit 4 people. Well, a simple lawn chair on the back of the kayak was enough to turn the 2 single kayaks into tandems. Catching upwards of 100 fish a day in the mangroves, ranging from 15-pound grouper to tons of legal halibut, we had our fill and headed back to the States. Check out the full video of this trip on our YouTube channel, Fastlane SC, or come by our shop in Mission Bay and check out a Hobie inflatable kayak. See you soon.
Here's exciting news from Baker Marine and Fujinon. For a limited time, get $175 of instant savings on the Fujinon TSX 1440 stabilized binoculars from Baker Marine. Talk about the perfect gift for anyone that spends time on the water, or the perfect time to finally get your pair. Now is the best time to upgrade your gear to a pair of Fujinon stabilized binoculars from Baker Marine. Baker Marine has been selling binoculars for decades, and they service all brands right at their San Diego Shelter Island location. The Fujinon Technostabi TSX 1440 is the best value in stabilized binoculars, period. They deliver rock-steady vision even in rough waters. And now, for a limited time, get an instant rebate of $175. Baker Marine is the largest Fujinon retailer on the West Coast, and when you buy from them, they'll be there when your binoculars need service. Stop by their store on Shelter Island in San Diego and grab your instant savings now. This offer ends soon, so get your pair from Baker Marine. Learn more at bakermarine.com.
For local or long-range fishing, we have you covered. Hi, this is Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Tackle, the saltwater tackle professionals. Being a part of the San Diego Sport Fishing Landing gives us a distinct advantage when it comes to getting you on the latest and hottest tackle for your trip. Our expert staff knows exactly what you need for your long-range or local trip, and we will not sell you something you don't need. We carry a huge inventory of the right tackle. So visit us at Fisherman's Landing Tackle at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. The name that stands out among anglers is Fisherman's Landing, your top choice in local and long-range fishing. Our hardworking crew will make your fishing experience one to remember. We offer the finest open party trips from 1 to 3 days, the best charter boats available, and of course, our world-renowned long-range fleet is second to none. All our open party trips can be easily booked online at fishermanslanding.com or give us a call. I'll see you at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.